So, got these from eBay, GHD professional stylers. They are the slim version of the GHD 5. Absolutely perfect, lovely condition. Obviously not working, goes without saying. I haven't actually tried them to be fair, but the listing said parts. So first thing I notice, no cover on there. I've got some spares of them somewhere. Wonder if that'll. But there you go. Right, that's that sorted. That's one issue done. Shouldn't really have done that before. Right, let's plug it in. I'm going to plug them in now and see what we get. We switched off here. Yeah, we switched off there. Not getting any lights or anything. I was just listening, see if there's any arcing from here. I can't hear anything. So I think we'll unplug it, take them apart and do it. Just one quick tip that I would always give out is when you get anything from eBay, especially the GHD stuff, I always like to take the covers off. They're looking like they're genuine. Take the covers off. Yeah, they're genuine. And just check on these screws that hold the arms together. On the fake ones, you'll have a tiny little crosshead there with a massive washer, and then on the other side you'll have like a piece of plastic or something like a plastic hexagon type of thing. That way you know instantly that they are fake. Anyway, unplugged. Let me check. Let me just check that fuse in the plug. Right, there we go. Yeah, they're fine. So the fuses are alright. Right. Now the fun part. Let's get into these. So under these, you're not going to see it off camera, because these can be very tight. I'll just try. I'll try and do it. I need a couple of stubby screwdrivers actually. Let's try and balance it on there. Oof, yes. Now these get, oh god, they get so tight, it is unbelievable. I've had to drill them out in the past because they've been that tight and I just couldn't get it. What I tend to do is hold it in between my thighs, get my screwdrivers, give it a right good. That way, there's no chance of that slipping like that. Because if that slips, you've got a screwdriver there, your screwdriver is going to go straight into your hand. Anyway. So, take that out, take the centre out, take your spring out. They're all there. Let's have a look. Let's get this in. Right. So, what you need is a little crosshead. Might be too big. Right, little Phillips, because you need to take covers off. So I don't remember these at the minute. All I do is take both covers off. that cover off, that cover off. And then this other one off. So the thing that I'm going to check for this first is the fuse in the plug, which is fine. Then I go down to take these out and I'll show you. Right. Then I'll go down to the fuse and the actual straightness. Just, it's exactly the same. If that doesn't beep, in there, that's not beeping, so that fuse is gone. Right. Also as well, what I do like to check, put it on homes. You've got, let me have a look here. You've got R8 and R11 here. I just quickly go across them, make sure that I've got around about 50 ohms. That, as you can see, perfect. Onto this one, brilliant. If you've got any abnormalities on them, like if they're all over the place or they're in the thousands of ohms, they've gone, they need changing. So yeah, quite a straightforward repair really. So I'll skip through. All I'm doing really now here is taking all these screws out, take that arm out fully. Them screws are tiny, make sure you don't ping out and you lose them, because otherwise you ain't getting these working again. Unless you go and buy some screws, but yeah, just a pain, isn't it? As soon as these fly out, I've got carpet down in this room. As soon as they fly out, I haven't got a clue where they've gone. Right, there's your fuse. And the one fuse is last one. There's the replacement fuse. So let's have a look. Oh, this is a strange one. I've never had this before. Oh, that's actually held in. I can't remember the last time I did. These are weird. Right, anyway, I need to try and get that out. That's not going to give up the ghost either there, is it? Let me try. That's all I'm doing. I'm just going to, I need to get this cover out, this back. I need to get this back piece out. Oh, that's just snap back in place. Like I say, I've never done these ones before, to be honest. I've never seen a double spring holding the thermal fusing. So I'm just hoping. There we go. Just gently prise them up. You don't want to be damaging. These are on the plastic, these backers. There we go, perfect. Right. Also as well, just make a note of where they go. When that's in position there, your fuse should be visible. Whereas if that's there, all your fuse isn't visible, is it? Just make sure that that's there. Right, so what I need to do now is get this out of there, and that's a spring steel, that. Right, let's have a look. Right. So should, in theory, well, where's me tweezers? Should now be able to just get something in the back there without stabbing myself. No. No. Right, so that ain't working. Let me see. I think might be a case now of doing it the old fashioned way. And pushing the whole lot that way. I'm just trying to lever these up and it ain't playing ball. So there's a spring that keeps your heating element and your fuse all in position. Stops it slipping around. Right, let me see if I can just right, the whole lot's coming out there, isn't it? And I don't really want it to, but is what it is, isn't it? I guess. Right, so slide it all out. These are so tight, it's unreal. At least it gives me a chance. Jeepers creepers. Oh God, right, off camera. Let me just, oh God. What I'm trying to do is hold the bottom there against something and then push it out, but it's not playing. And this, it's coming, but very tight. What I need to do is push the heating element and then the spring. Heating element and the spring. And eventually, once that tension's off here, it should just come out fine. Oh God. Tell you what, they do the job though. And all this white stuff, like you can see, all this thermal compound. What a nightmare it is. It gets everywhere. Let me just do it off camera again. No, not getting any joy of that. Jesus, that is tight as shit, that. There we go. All of a sudden, just pops off. Right. So, components to it is your plate, your heating plate, then your elements itself, looks a bit, and then your thermal fuse. Thermal fuse in the bin, and we get some wipes, just clean everything up. Pain in the arse getting this stuff off. Anyway, right, let's give that a clean. And then I'll test the heating element, make sure there's no issues with that. So sometimes they break here. So what we'll do with that, don't need that, get rid of that there. Put that back. There we go. Got my new fuse. That's it. Right. So to test the heating element, put it on Holmes. Not sure whether these, I don't know if these are like 70 ohms or not. Like I say, I haven't done these smaller ones in a while. I think they're about 70 ohms. 81. Oh, that's fair enough. Right, well that's working then. It tells you there actually. It tells you on there what it is. Normally it is written on. So although it's marked and scuffed a little bit, it is working. There's nothing wrong with it. So 80.6 it's got wrote on there. So let's, I mean that's from when it left the factory. Let's see what it's like after it's been used for however many years. .8. So yeah, it's gone up that little bit. It's quite a lot, to be fair. Anyway, I always clean the old compound out of here. Give it a right good cleaning. Perfect. Clean that up. In really nice condition there actually. Right, the thermal compound I use is probably what a lot of people use. It's the MX4. It's quite good. I use it on most things, to be fair. Right, so that's it. It doesn't matter which way in it goes on your plate, they're all exactly the same. Yeah, it's a shame you've got to dismantle it all, to be fair, to get it all. So, you've got your springs, spring there, that, the fingers need to go on the back. there. Thermal fuse goes on in there. There. I'm not going to put it all together yet. Then your top, remember your big opening, that's where your thermal fuse needs to be. There. So what I'm going to do is put some of that MX4 on. You don't need a lot of this. All I do with this is run a little bead of it down. And then I put it in roughly in the middle. Roughly just line it up in the middle, and then go left and right with it. You've no movement that way, you've just got left and right with it. That should squash down that bead and distribute it evenly. Yeah, again, I'll have to get some more of them, I think. Running a bit short on them, so that's fine. Yeah, you don't want to put loads on, because what you don't want is your thermal paste to come up onto your thermal fuse, because then that will give you all false readings. Yeah, so I'll put that on there, line it up, and then clip it in. There you go. Gotta be careful here that you don't slip off and whack your screwdriver into your element. There you go. Yeah, perfect. So what we've got, might not be able to see it, but as long as you're down here, here and here, which we are, and we're fine with that, and I think we're good to go with that. So it's just a matter now, I need these again. Let's put that on, that'll be a good start. Again, be careful with these, over time they do get brittle and they are unfortunately going to break. I've been quite lucky there. Right, so don't forget your little silicone pads. Oh, there you go now. Little silicone pads sitting there. And then this lip on this end, you want to push it under so it sits under this bit here. I think it should have a little bit of give and take in there, which we have. Let's get that into where. Right, so now it's just a matter of putting your fuse wires in and your heating element ones in. I always put my heating element ones in first, that way I know that they are, everything's lined up and there's no stress and tension on them. So your actual heating ones, they go in the middle too. Where's them go? Oh yeah, alright. Alright, that go in then. Fasten them all the way down and then just back them off, quarter of a turn. Just give yourself enough room. So if you need to move anything, because you need to roughly position them ready for the next step. It's quite straightforward doing a thermal fuse. There's nothing hard about it, and especially with your bigger ones, like your normal sets, your normal size plates, they're absolutely fine to do. You don't even need to take your heating element out or anything like that. You purely cut the wires. You got to take all these screws out and take your actual pad off, but then there's no need to take your heating element out. Anyway, babbling. So your next step, you need to put this silicon gizmo back in. There is a slot for that, you'll see it. It's there. The lighting's not too brilliant here, but it's there. You'll see it when you've got them apart. So that's why I've left my screws loose, so that I can move these wires if I need to. Once that's in, then hold them down, tighten them up. Oh, not even in the screw. There. Not even in the screw. Got what's wrong with my eyes this morning. There. Now, these wires for the thermal fuse, they're going to be way too long, longer than the original ones. So I just put a little, so there they are. So there they are. I just get hold of them, put a little twist in it, and then sit it down. As long as it's not over the hole that your screws, that your plate covers go in, and that's fine. Right, let's sort that out quickly. Perfect. Right. Yeah, as long as it's not covering the hole for your plate, for your cover screws to go in, then that's fine. That's it. Perfect. No one, as usual. Excuse me, that one in first. Make sure your switch is working. Perfect. That is the way to do a thermal fuse. And I think these are the M. GHD MS5. They are. That's the model of them anyway. Right, let's get all this back and then I'll test it. So next time you see these, they will be all back together. I know I've shown everyone before, but your spring, look at your spring there, it's like different, isn't it? You got a long piece here and a short piece there. Your long piece goes to the front, so it sits in like that. So you put it in, and then you put your little insert in, little plastic insert, switch her over, there you go. And what I do, I sit the spring down in that recess there, sit the spring down in that recess, and then I put them together, push down on it, put my screw in, sorry, put the bolt in, not the screw. So you got to keep pressure on it. Let's have a look. There you go. Just make sure that your insert comes flush with down there. Put your screw in for now. Just leave it loose for now, and then I'll tighten them up. Right, let's plug them in. Try them. Right. There you go. Give it. That pulsing. That should be pulsing now. Yeah. There we go. They're working. Turn them off. Excuse me. Turn them off because I just want to wait until that thermal paste just hardens up a little bit. Not hardens up, but just sets a little bit. You know what I mean? Anyway, so I'm just going to screw them together, put the covers on, leave it 24 hours, and then give them a right good testing. But yeah,